My new neighbors turned my life upside down. Original post. Hey Reddit, I really need to share what's going on in my life. My name is Sarah, and I'm 30 years old. I recently moved into a new neighborhood with my fiancé, Mark, who has always been the love of my life. We hoped that this would be a fresh start for us, away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Terribly naive, it seems. The first few weeks were pretty quiet, but soon after we unpacked, I began to notice some strange things happening. Our neighbors, specifically the ones living directly across from us, were loud and aggressive, especially when they were drinking. The first week there, I heard shouting and crashing noises that made me feel seriously uneasy. Then things started disappearing. First, it was small items, our garden tools went missing. Then one evening, our car was stolen right out of the driveway. A quick police report revealed it was a common occurrence in this neighborhood, and I felt my heart sink. Mark, always the optimist, kept encouraging me that it would get better. But the truth is, we both grew up in tough circumstances, far from privileged. I was raised in and out of foster care, trying to dodge the dangers of a rough upbringing. I thought finding a home was going to signal a new leaf, but instead, it feels more like a trap. I want to take matters into my hands, but I genuinely fear for our safety and well-being. Should we confront our neighbors? Should we move again? I just feel overwhelmed. Any words of wisdom would be appreciated. First update. Wow, I'm blown away by the support and kindness you all have shown my post. It took a little while for me to gather my thoughts, but after considering everyone's advice, I decided I needed to do something proactive. Mark and I decided to install a security camera on our front porch and set up lights that turn on with motion. We soon realized that it's a wise move given how things had been. But the real breakthrough moment came last weekend. While we were out running errands, we came back to find our neighbor, Kevin, messing with our car. He claimed he was trying to secure it for us since he had seen some shady characters hanging around. Alarm bells went off in my mind, and I stood firm, asking him to step back. The conversation escalated quickly. Kevin accused us of being paranoid and trying to change the neighborhood's vibe. I was terrified but kept my cool, recalling how many people had fought hard for what little they had in life. That confrontation prompted me to approach the neighbors on either side. Mr. Thompson on one side is an older gentleman who, despite being quiet, seemed friendly. He told me he had watched Kevin for years and suspected he was involved in some local crime. With his insight, I began to feel a little hopeful. Top comments. 1. Commenter, you did the right thing. It's great that you stood up for yourself. Keep a close watch and maybe document everything for a report. OP's response, thank you. I didn't realize how empowering it could feel. I intend to keep a record of everything. 2. Commenter, wow, that guy sounds shady. Keep your guard up. Can you talk to other neighbors too, to build an alliance? OP's response, that's on my to-do list. I feel like the next step is rallying support from folks who feel equally uneasy. 3. Commenter, a camera is a smart move, protecting your kingdom. Good luck. You've got this. OP's response, thanks. Mark and I feel a bit more secure now that we've taken some steps for protection. Fingers crossed. Second update. I wanted to share another update because things have taken a surprisingly intense turn. So, after getting more acquainted with our other neighbors, I discovered that I wasn't alone in my experience with Kevin. Several families have been targeted by him and his crew over the years. Feeling empowered by the sense of community, I organized a small neighborhood meeting at our local park. Surprisingly, quite a few families showed up. Mr. Thompson came, along with a young couple named Jess and Ryan. They were experiencing the same issues, but were too scared to reach out. As we talked, Jess shared how her car had been stolen twice, and Ryan mentioned that he had seen suspicious groups loitering around our homes late at night. I could see the fear etched on their faces, but there was also a sense of solidarity developing. We decided that we needed to report Kevin to local authorities officially, even if it was risky. On the day of making the police report, we gathered our evidence and approached Officer Martinez. To our surprise, he wasn't shocked by our claims, highlighting a larger ongoing investigation into neighborhood crime. It felt good to have our suspicions validated. After the meeting, we all left feeling hopeful, unified, and less alone in our battles against the darkness in our neighborhood. Although fear lurked in the shadows, I could see how light has a way of breaking through even in the bleakest of circumstances. Top comments. 1. Commenter, that's incredible. It's like you're building a little army. Keep pushing forward. OP's response, haha. I love that idea. We're really beginning to feel stronger together and it gives me hope. 2. Commenter, wise move going to the police. Sounds like you're already making change happen. OP's response, thank you. Knowing the police have been aware of the troubles gives us a little relief. 3. Commenter, community is so powerful. Maybe you should consider involving local community organizations too. OP's response, great idea. I'm looking into resources available to us. The more support, the better. Third update. Things took yet another dramatic turn last Friday. The neighborhood had planned a community watch meeting, and Kevin certainly showed up to try to disrupt things. He was confrontational, yelling at us that we were trying to frame him and destroy his reputation. It was unnerving, especially since tensions had been high already. Surprisingly, Mr. Thompson stood up to him. He shared a bit about how he had been living there long before Kevin moved in, recounting how Kevin had connections to local crime that had made the neighborhood feel unsafe. It was beyond satisfying to see Kevin being caught off guard and looking foolish. During that confrontation, I felt a seed of courage grow inside me, the kind of strength that comes when you know you're not just fighting for yourself but for others too. Mark squeezed my hand tightly as we stood together, flanked by our neighbors rallying behind us. After the chaos, we managed to calm things down and finished our meeting. We discussed strategies for keeping watch over our homes and encouraging each other to report any suspicious activity. Moreover, Jess and Ryan told me about their nonprofit group that provides resources for families that have been victims of crime, which feels like just what we need right now. We discussed the possibility of partnering with them to provide workshops to our community on crime prevention, trust building, and how to stand together in tough times. As I left the community center that night, I felt re-energized. The sense of balance began to return to my life, even if only slightly. We might still have battles ahead, but the warmth of solidarity can bring light to the darkest of struggles. Top comments. 1. Commenter, you're all warriors. It's amazing to see how you're building a vision of hope for your neighborhood. OP's response, that's a beautiful way to put it. We're truly feeling empowered, and it's surreal to see our struggles unite us. 2. Commenter, I admire how you're not letting Kevin break your spirit. You're an inspiration. OP's response, thank you. I think we all have the capability to stand up for what's right. 3. Commenter, that's a fantastic idea to involve an organization. Building skills will strengthen your community further. OP's response, absolutely. Those workshops will provide resources and build confidence. It's time we take back our neighborhood. Fourth update. I can hardly believe the wave of progress we've made since my last update. Our neighborhood group has now been meeting weekly, and we're collaborating with the nonprofit Jess and Ryan mentioned. It feels like a support system forming, and we are gradually learning to support each other and ourselves through various challenges. We had our first crime prevention workshop last weekend, and it was incredibly well received. We discussed topics like setting up cameras, sharing neighborhood watch responsibilities, and even practicing self-defense techniques. People began to share their stories, from car thefts to home break-ins, bonding over shared experiences. But it wasn't just the serious stuff. We also celebrated together, with potlucks and game nights arranged among the neighbors. Somewhere along the way, the harsh reality transformed into cherished memories. We laughed more than we ever thought possible. Each smile shared strengthened our ties. However, as things progressed, I noticed Kevin lurking more, His intimidation tactics were losing the intended effect, but he still had some power over individuals unwilling to confront him face to face. Mark and I were both apprehensive about escalating tensions, fearing Kevin might strike back in less predictable ways. Then one night, something unexpected happened. Mark and I were awoken by shouting outside and rushed to our window. To our shock, we saw Kevin confronting another neighbor. This time, it looked physical. In a movement we didn't even consciously plan, Mark and I raced outside to intervene, followed by Mr. Thompson and others. The sense of community that we had built and the way it had fostered courage made me realize that no one needs to navigate this world alone. Top comments. 1. Commenter, what a phenomenal journey. You turned fear into a force of community. Congratulations. OP's response, thank you. It truly is phenomenal how collective strength can shift dynamics. 2. Commenter, you're serving as a beacon of hope for others facing similar challenges. Keep going. OP's response, that means so much to me. I believe we all have the power to uplift each other in tough times. 3. Commenter, fantastic outcome. Just remember that staying united is the key moving forward. OP's response, absolutely. As long as we're together, we will be stronger than any individual threat. Final update. Here I am, months later, reflecting back on how life has done a complete 180. Kevin has moved away, thank goodness, and it seems that our neighborhood is slowly healing. The sense of fear that once loomed over us has been replaced with hope and community spirit. The support system we built continues to evolve, actively engaging in community activities, helping one another out, and working to make our little corner of the world a kinder place. We even initiated monthly cleanups and neighborhood beautification days. Through this whirlwind, Mark and I have felt an incredible bond growing between us. The experience has reinforced our commitment to each other and solidified our values of honesty, compassion, and unity. We're actively exploring ways to give back, possibly even volunteering at local shelters, offering to teach self-defense to those who may need it. I'm proud of who I am now, and I don't take my past lightly. Instead, it drives me to create a bright future, one built on the principles of love, unity, and hope for others. I genuinely appreciate all your support, wisdom, and encouragement. Remember, no matter how rough the situation, we have the power to create light in darkness. Even if you're facing the storms alone, don't underestimate the beauty of community and togetherness. Thank you, Reddit. Stay strong out there. Top comments. 1. Commenter, this story gives me goosebumps. You're a true inspiration. Thank you for sharing. OP's response, thank you so much. It warmed my heart to share it. I hope it resonates with others going through tough times. 2. Commenter, does this mean that there is light after the storm? The situation diffused, but seeing everyone banding together in that moment filled me with a strange sense of assurance. Teamwork hadn't just been a buzzword, it was truly taking shape. Top comments. 1. Commenter, that's so heartwarming to hear. It sounds like you've created a little family there. OP's response, that's exactly it. We're building genuine connections, making it so much more than just a neighborhood. 2. Commenter, I'm so proud of you for standing up. It sounds like you've turned the tide against Kevin. OP's response, thank you. It's empowering to know we're not alone in this. 3. Commenter, stay vigilant though. You never know how people like Kevin will react to being cornered. OP's response, definitely. We're keeping an eye on him, but building a supportive community helps numb that fear. 5th update. OMG, guys. The culmination of everything that transpired in the past few months reached a critical point yesterday. After all the meetings, workshops, and solid connections we forged, we finally had a chance to confront Kevin in a community forum set up by the local police. The officer leading the meeting provided a safe space for us to voice our concerns about our neighborhood. About 10 of us showed up to share our experiences, and to my astonishment, the officer already had a wealth of reports under his belt regarding Kevin's dubious dealings. When it was our time to speak, I felt a mixture of fear and determination wash over me. I told my story, how my upbringing shaped me, and how I refused to let darkness rule our lives again. There was something about sharing my fears that empowered not only me but the others who spoke after me. Kevin showed up, wearing an outraged expression that morphed into defensiveness as more neighbors started voicing their tales of intimidation. As the community rallied together, I couldn't help but notice a significant shift in the air. We began to feel collectively powerful. The officer took our stories seriously and assured us he would spend more time patrolling the neighborhood and looking into Kevin's behavior. After the meeting, several officers stayed behind to talk with us about forming a more structured neighborhood watch group. As I left, I felt almost giddy. I never thought I could feel liberated from all that fear, so much had changed in such a short time. OP's response, absolutely. It's such a testament to finding that light and holding on to it together. 3. Commenter, I'm so happy for you. You are proof that community can change lives. Good luck on the new adventures. OP's response, thank you. I'm looking forward to making even more beautiful memories together with this amazing community.